Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ina, and in this video I'm going to show how I set up my first 8 by 8 reading journal. This journal is from Archer and Olive. I think it's called Antique Floral. It's so beautiful. It kind of reminds me of like Beauty and the Beast. So I'm flipping over this part. I do have a extra video. It's reading journal setup part 1, and I will talk more about why this looks this way and why my reading journal is right now. It'll be more. The paper, the printout paper that you see in the background, it's from Etsy shop. I purchased. It comes as a PDF files, and then you purchase, and then you could print out however you want the pages. I use Costco paper. I don't know what kind of GSM it is, but it comes out with like 800 paper sheets, so it's really a nice paper. So this is one of the printouts that I print out. It's a really nice printouts. I will link them down below. As I said, it's from Etsy. I also purchased this round corner. I really like it. At first, I was kind of debating if I wanted or not to purchase one, but then I was like, I should just do it. And I have since used it, and I really like it. It's really nice. The setup that I was thinking about is setting up as a vintage something, because to have something similar to what my the first part was, and also how the journal is, and I kind of went with this. It's like vintage. At first, my idea was to put this the library with rose, the bookcase and stuff for the whole page, and then stick the girl like in the middle. But then I realized the paper wasn't lengthwise enough, so I was kind of let's just do something different, similar to what I did for the first part. So this is how I kind of came out with this idea. It's nice. I really enjoy it. I really like it, and I'm happy that I went with this kind of setup. The tape that I'm using is from Daiso. I purchased with different sizes, different like dimension. I really like their stuff. They're really nice. I think so you could purchase some on Amazon. I haven't purchased any. Daiso is like one of the places that I always get. At first, I had an idea how I want everything to set up, but then as I was setting up, I keep changing my mind. I didn't include this because the video would be like 3 hours long, and also I paused filming because I realized that I wanted something different, and also the stuff that I was using wasn't really working the way how I wanted to do. And I kept changing and changing, but I love how the cover turned out. I really love how everything like the layout and everything turned out. And it's one of those things that it's beautiful, it's nice. At first I was kind of scared to tear the paper, like tear the paper, but then I was like, I could also reprint it if I needed some. So I was like, it's easy. This is the one thing that I really like, purchasing like PDF files on Etsy, so that way I could like reprint it, some of them. Of course, you could find a regular paper on Google and Pinterest. Also, I also found several of them. That way you don't have to pay some money from Etsy. But I do like purchasing some of the stuff, because sometimes the stuff that you want isn't on Google or on Pinterest. So it's Etsy is a really nice place. And a lot of shops have really good sales. Sometimes, yeah, the sales could be like $1.99 or 99 cents or something for 10 pages, or like a full set. And there's like also other stuff that included in those sets. So it's a really nice purchase. I could say it's a nice purchase. And I have purchased several of things. The brown paper is from, I believe it's from Amazon packaging. You know, when you receive a packaging, they include this protective thing. Yeah, I saved some of them, and then I just reuse them. It's really nice paper, and it looks really nice as a decoration. Also, it's a filler for this section. Also, when you think about it, it's kind of you get an extra paper for free. That's how I kind of look. But I really do like having this brown paper, especially when you're making like a vintage style spread. Also, really like using it in like reading journal setups. Sometimes I do. With this journal, I don't think so. I might be doing. Who knows? The year is long. But with my other reading journal, I did include it with reviews, so that way, especially if I'm reading like historical romance, and when thinking about like vintagey, so I do like using this kind of paper. The next page is reading tracker. My goal to read for 2026 is 26 books, 2 books per month. I did add 40 boxes because I was like, what if I'm going to read more? And also, some of the thing is I kind of included more boxes because I needed to fill in the pages. And I was like, 40 will be kind of good. I was like, what if I'm going to read more books? Who knows? Like last year, of course, I didn't read a lot of books. I think that I read like 26 or something books. That's not a lot, but my goal was 50 books. I don't know what I was thinking, but when I was setting up in 2025, I had this goal, and the previous year I read way more books, so I thought that I would accomplish, but things went the other way, and I just didn't have time to read the books. And also, I was like in a slumber. I didn't know what kind of books I want to read. Half of the books that I was reading, I wasn't like inspired to finish them. I don't know what was going on, but I just didn't really care about much of it. So with this one, I decorated really simply. For one page, I added this also printout from the Etsy shop, and then on the other side, I also included the brown paper and some of the extras from the first part that I was setting up. I went with like scrapbook, vintage, something like the setup. The top washi tape is from Hobby Lobby. It came as a set, and I kind of also want to incorporate the first part into the second part also. So with the boxes, as I said, I just added 40 of the boxes. I use my rubber stamp to stamp out the numbers. And then I was kind of debating on what kind of cover, not cover, like scripts that I want to use. I was thinking about using the stamped out script, but then I realized that maybe not. But here's the thing, I kind of pre-printed some of the on the sticker paper, some of the scripts, because I didn't know what kind of like paper I'm going to be using. Because when you stick some of this paper on a washi tape, sometimes it doesn't adhere to the washi tape. So I was like, the sticker paper will definitely stick to the washi tape. So I kind of pre-printed, and I was like, it's going to be my backup plan if something. And I'm glad that I did, because I kind of like the sticker, because first of all they kind of turn out way smaller, and which I kind of really like. Also, they kind of pop out from the decoration, because my decoration is kind of like darker, and if I use the stamped out the paper, I felt like it will not like pop out more. So I kind of do like that. I use the stickers. How the boxes work is, with every book that you read, you will cover the box. With me, I will just cover in a green marker, the Tombow dual brush in 346 number. It's green one. I decided to go with green. I really love green, and I felt like it's going to be similar to the cover of the journal. I seen others do by genre, by ratings of the books. If you read like a 4 star and you pick a pink one, you will color in the pink one. I was kind of debating on which side I want to do. Do I want to like go with something different? But then I realized, why not just stick with something that I already know. I felt like I would have been forgetting half the markers, so which one I was going with. Of course, I could just write it down and keep track on it, but I was like, I kind of want to just have every single box for every single book that I read to just cover the box. The next section is alphabet tracker. I had this tracker last year and I had a lot of fun with it. I made the boxes a little bit bigger because I wanted to put a cover of the book in them. So every single book that I read with the corresponding name letter, I will put in the book of cover. So I did stamp out with my rubber stamps. I really like those stamps. I like how they're small and I like how they have the upper letters, the lower letters, and the numbers. So you could get the whole set. Next page is a bookshelf, and it was the easiest page to set up because the only thing that I have to do is stick the stickers from a sticker book. Live, Love, Posh. I really love her stickers. I will also use some of her stickers in this section and also in the later sections. But I included, I don't remember how many books, but I decided I don't really mind having like a larger section. So I just put three rows. And how I do it, I divide them in each month. For example, I will pick a color, probably like a blue or light blue or something like that. I always associate January with blue. I feel like it's because of the snow and stuff. Even though I live in California, in the Valley of California, we don't have snow, but yes, I kind of always associate January with snow. And then February, I'll always go with like pink. And then March, it's green, and then purple for April. And then yellow for May. This is kind of my section that I go. And then I always get stuck with the colors because I don't know which colors to pick for the other months. But what I do is each spine I will color in specific color, and it will be for each month that I read the book, and I do write the number, not the number, the title of the book. For example, if in January I will read three books, I will cover color in three spines of the book, and this is how my library is going to look. And I really like this section. I did it last year and I really enjoy it. And also it's the fastest to set up because you just need to put three stickers and that's it. Only to do like a decoration on the page. So the decoration that I did, it was simple. I went with washi tape. I purchased the bottom washi tape from Hobby Lobby. It's a really nice thick washi tape and I really enjoy it. It's really, really great. And the top washi tape, the orange one, is from Amazon, and the other one, the pinkish fall, is from Hobby Lobby. It comes as a set and it was really pretty sad. The next section is book bingo. It's totally new concept for me and I'm really, really excited about it. It's just really new section. And I had a lot of fun picking out the prompts for the bingo. Several of them I just came up as my own of like what I read last year and what are some of the prompts that I feel like I could accomplish. Of course, my goal is only 24 books and maybe more. So this means that I will be reading like certain stuff. So I was kind of like meticulous about what exactly I want to add. I was afraid to put a book bingo, but I was like, why not try it? It's for fun. And I included a list, a number list, where I could put the title of the book that I associated with the prompt. Also, I went back and added numbers for each of the box. I was debating of putting numbers or not for associated with that, but then I was like, why not just have this so that way I will know which prompt I accomplished. Of course, I will like color in each box so after I'm finished with that prompt, but I was like, I should associate that book with that because there are several books. I feel like they could go with both of the prompts and I would have to like pick which one went with that one. And this is why I should not confuse myself. And also it'll be a nice section to do. In book bingo, I included set in college, university, under 300 pages, new to me author, mystery or thriller, one world title, finished in one day, adapted into a movie. And this is one of those prompts that I chose myself because I wanted to read The Housemaid, and the movie is coming out. And how The Housemaid has been on my TBR for several years, and I was like, this is my time to read this book and compare to the movie. Then a number in a title, set in California, romance, cozy small town. Might even just go with small town. We'll see. Book over 300 pages, published in 2026. Set in a place I like to visit. This is Germany, Norway, or Ireland. Books by Ukraine or writer, preferably if I could find written in Ukraine. It's really hard to obtain a really good book, like a modern book that is by Ukrainian writer, and they wrote it in Ukrainian language. Amazon doesn't have a lot of books. And the last one is book released in April. My birthday is in April, so I chose April. I'm really looking forward for filling out both sides and see like my progress because both of the sides are totally different and fun. The next page is books that I want to read in 2026. I'll be including 24 books in one section and 24 books in another section. Total is 48 books. This is combination of the TBR and 26 books in 2026. I decided I will just combine both of the sections. The TBR is to be read, and sometimes you add the sections like, oh, to be read books that you want to read for this year. And then you have 26 books in 2026, and those are like on the two separate pages. Over here, I just combined the two of the sections. The washi tape, about the top and bottom washi tape, is from Sticker Guru. She's no longer open, and I'm sad about it. I talked about it in the other video about it. And then I'll also added the border around this section, and I went back and added the washi tape. It's a brown grid washi tape from Michaels. They come with several other colors. There's a white one, gray one, black, and brown. And I think so it's also one of them like light baby pink, not pink, but blue, greenish something like that. But I really like the set. It's a really nice one. So with this section, what I decided to do is with every book that I read, I'm going to put the star rating underneath the book cover. Several of the books that I'm planning on reading and I'm really interested in reading is First Time Caller. I read really good reviews about that book and it has been really popular. And I believe that there's a second book that came out and also a lot of people really like it too. So I was like, it's one of my books that I kind of want to read. Several of those books that I put over here, they come from my 2024 to be read section, and several of them I think it's even for them, but I remember 2023, 2024, I had several of them. Then I have Don't Believe Her. Then I have some of the historical romance that I really like. One of them is The Lady for a Duke. Then we have I also added one more book that I didn't add it over here, but added a little bit later, is My Husband's Wife. Then Don't Let Her Stay. I read good reviews about that. Several of people that I follow that have like similar genre likeness, and several of them said that the book is good. So we'll see. Who knows? I have this tendency of reading a lot of books, and people are praising about that book, and I'm like, yeah, it's a 3 star. One thing I could say is like every single person's review is different, and it's so great that we could have from 1 to 5 reviews. A 3 star is good, in my opinion. 3 star is really good. For me, and 5 star is like the best that I cannot even stop thinking about the book. That's the book. 4 star is The book that I could not stop thinking about it, but there was something that was missing about it. And a 3 star is, it's not good, it's not bad, but I would even recommend a 3 star book. This is one of those like sections that a lot of people have a different views about the 3 star. I seen I was watching one a girl that talking about the ratings. I don't remember who it was, and she was talking about how a 3 star is a good star, and I was like, yes. And then I realized that a lot of people, when they rate the book 3 star, that means that the book was bad. I was like, that's 1 star, and maybe a 2 star, maybe that section, but 3 star is a good book, in my opinion. But it's my opinion. Another book that I want to read is The Perfect Divorce. It's a second book from The Perfect Marriage, which I read and I kind of liked it, but at the same time, not so much. And then The Beautiful Ugly. And then I read several of other books. Also, I'm going to add The Housemaid. And The Housemaid also will go probably for my alphabet challenge, and it's going to be for the H. Because as I said, the and A I'm not gonna be considering. The next section is something different. For the next 3 pages, they will look the same because I did something different. As I said, because I'm planning of reading only 24 books. That means that probably I will be accomplishing 2 books per month, maybe more, maybe I will 3 books and stuff. With the other journal, which I used A5, I could use the full 2 pages to create a cover page for each month. But this journal is so big that I don't need that much space. So I created this section to have like a monthly cover page on one page. If I hope it's gonna make sense. I will explain more. So I divided into 4 sections. So for the first page, I will have the January, February, March, and April. And for each month, I will include the cover book for each book that I read. And on below, I will put a star rating for each of those books. And that will be like my cover page in a little section box. I hope it makes sense. And then I also will include what I usually include with my cover page is pages read, average ratings, format, and genre. I was debating on if I'm going to be doing a favorite of the month book or not. I have not decided how I want to do that. Um, because for example, last year I did that favorite of the month, and several of the months I just didn't have books that were my favorite. I think so. I read the one month I read 2 books, and I was like, both of the books are not my favorite. I just don't even care about that much. They were good reads, but they weren't like, oh, my favorite book. So several of my like the sections for favorite books were like half empty because I just couldn't fill them in because I wasn't reading enough books, so I couldn't like have enough information. So this is why I kind of created this section. This way, if I only read 2 books, I will just put those 2 books in this box. I hope it makes sense. But those are the 3 pages that I created for each month. The monthly scripts are from Hobby Lobby, and they come as a huge sheet, and it has 3 different sizes for each month the title. And I picked, I think so, the smallest one. I was at Hobby Lobby several times and they didn't have the stickers, and then they had it and I was like, okay, I'm taking this one because I didn't want to pre-make myself my own, and I kind of wanted something that was transparent, so it was like blending in. So this is why I kind of picked this kind of style. So I'm really looking forward for this one. It's like an overview also of all the books for a whole year. I really like this section. Next page is for book club, the goobers who read. I like that book club. I learn and I find several of books that I kind of even liked from several of years that I have been part of it, and I really like. So this section is going to be for this. To tell you the truth, I didn't know how to decorate this section, so I just went with Washitape. Also, it will not bulk up my journal, and it kind of work the same. Incorporate of this similar designs. At the top and bottom washi tape is the same. They're from Michaels. It's really nice designs. The side of the washi tapes is from like the first section of the journal, and they come from Hobby Lobby. Also decorated with some of the flowers from the sticker book from Hobby Lobby, and it called Pressed Flowers, I believe so. They're really beautiful, and I almost use half of the sticker notebook, and I'm kind of planning on repurchasing because they're really nice. Also, I did went back and decorated the other section a little bit more in those several of the flowers. I also added some washi tape as a decoration because I didn't want to like fully decorate the section and not have enough space to put the book covers and also information. And also, this page is such a big page that I have no idea how I wanted to decorate it. So I just added two of the stickers and I went with that. Last page is books that I read, and it will have book covers. I will print them out. There will be larger size, and I will include them over here. I feel like this page is kind of repetitive of like other section, but for now I will leave it the way it is because I set it up and it looks pretty. Also like having larger book covers. I don't know if I will be doing for the upcoming years or no, but for now I really like this section. I added the washi tape and some stickers from Live Love Posh. I will link her shop down below for you guys to check out too. And this is everything, and this is how my journal turned out. Here's the flip through of how my 2026 setup of the reading journal turned out. I had fun setting up the 8x8 journal for the first time. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.